Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to another thrilling night of WCW Nitro. We are live from Albany, New York. We have a capacity crowd here, ready to see our WCW superstars take to the ring. We will begin with an announcement from our President and CEO and owner of WCW, Eric Bischoff. We will join him in the ring momentarily. For those of you just tuning in, back in May, Eric Bischoff actually purchased WCW with Fusion Entertainment Endeavors and is now the 100% owner of WCW. Let's go to the ring and see what he has to say. Eric Bischoff, a very divisive personality. You either love him or you hate him. Eric Bischoff looking for a fight. If you remember a few weeks ago, Eric Bischoff actually called out Booker T, and the two had an altercation. He was not happy with the way Booker T was cheating. He felt he needed to intervene. Who is he talking about, folks? Eric Bischoff is calling out Bill Goldberg. If you remember last week, Bill Goldberg actually lost to one half of the tag team of Chronic, lost to Brian Clark in a match. I don't think Eric Bischoff is happy that his main event superstars is losing so frequently. Been sort of on a downward spiral. See what Goldberg has to say. Keep in mind, Eric Bischoff is not a wrestler. He is not someone who would go toe-to-toe with Goldberg in a match. But he is our president and the owner of WCW, and I think he is not satisfied with Bill Goldberg's recent work. Eric Bischoff trying to light a fire under Bill Goldberg, especially after that loss he took last week. Bill Goldberg is scheduled to face Booker T at Bash at the Beach this Sunday. Eric Bischoff mentioning that could be his last match if he doesn't shape up. Bischoff saying that Goldberg is a commodity and a one-hit wonder. Don't think Bill Goldberg like that. What we really need to do is see a rematch between Brian Clark and Goldberg. But we are scheduled to see Brian Clark wrestle with his tag team partner in the tag team of Chronic against the Nasty Boys. It's actually scheduled next. Now Bischoff saying that if Booker T wins this Sunday at Bash at the Beach, Goldberg is basically going to be handed a pink slip. That is not good news for Bill Goldberg. Oh. Eric Bischoff getting physical with Bill Goldberg. Just thrown off course. And it is your boss. You don't want to do anything to... After Bill Goldberg spit on Eric Bischoff came back with a punch in his face. But Eric Goldberg's going up. He threw the president of WCW onto the ground. Eric Bischoff reeling from that attack. Oh, he's going for a pump-handle slam. That's your boss, Goldberg. He's just taking him out. Referee can begin to hold him back. Goldberg did spit at Bischoff, but Bischoff wasn't going to take it and made it physical. There are going to be huge repercussions from that. Alright, our first match of the evening is between Chronic, the tag team of Brian Adams and Brian Clark, with their valet, Stacy Keibler, against the Nasty Boys, who've been on a winning streak lately, but were unable to attain that #1 contendership last week. The #1 contendership went to the tag team of Air Raid, Air Styles and Air Paris. They will be facing off at Bash at the Beach against Sean Stasiak and Chuck Palumbo. We look forward to seeing that match, but tonight we've got not just one but two tag team matches in the works, this being the first of the evening. Later on we'll see the tag team champions in action in a non-title match against the Outsiders, possibly lining up another #1 contendership spot after Bash at the Beach. And keep in mind, Brian Clark actually defeated Goldberg last week in a one-on-one match. It's quite a match. The former Wrath went after Goldberg with just non-stop power moves. Let's see how they do tonight against the Nasty Boys. Brian Knobs is going after Brian Adams. Brian Adams making a comeback. Gray Sag getting knocked off the apron, referee being knocked out. Brian Adams put him in a tree of woe. Shoot. Referee on the top of the end of the card. Brian Adams with those drop kicks he likes to use. Powerhouse move from Brian Adams. Tag to Brian Clark. The barbaric move there. Brian Clark, we were extremely impressed with his athleticism in that match against Goldberg last week. Let's see what he does tonight against two formidable opponents and the Nasty Boys. Jerry Sags tagged in. Drop kick to Brian Clark. I'm still having trouble getting over Goldberg and Eric Bischoff going at each other in the ring. This is twice now we've seen the president of WCW get a physical altercation with a wrestler. He sort of had the upper hand on Booker T a few weeks back, but this week Goldberg showed the president that he was not putting up with what Eric Bischoff had to say. I'm sure there will be repercussions from that. I may hear more later tonight. It sounded like Eric Bischoff had pretty much set the stipulation on the match, Bash at the Beach, that if Goldberg loses, he will be handed his pink slip and will not be allowed to wrestle in WCW anymore. He'll have to find employment someplace else. I kind of want to get Brian Clark's reaction on that to see if that's how he feels, knowing that the president of WCW believes that losing to him was enough to consider firing, but I guess maybe he could take a seat as an honor since he'll be looking to replace Bill Goldberg with someone like Brian Clark. Possibly a step up. And Nasty Boy Brian Knobbs back in the ring. What have the Nasty Boys got here? Double team move. Backhanded elbow. Brian Clark going for the tag, and he hits it. A hot tag to Brian Adams. Brian Adams with a drop kick. Stacy Keebler at ringside just watching Brian Adams get knocked around here by Jerry Sags. Spoke too soon. Using the ropes to choke him there. Catching his neck on the ropes. These quick tags between the Nasty Boys just shows what a veteran tag team they are. They don't. One member of the team doesn't stay in the ring for too long. Keeps each person fresh. Uppercut. Clothesline from Brian Adams. Brian Adams, a former member of the NWO Black and White. They tagged him with Brian Clark soon after the NWO disintegrated. Brian Clark was formerly known as Wrath, and he actually had a very good match against Bill Goldberg several years ago, where probably the top 5, top 10 matches between Goldberg and his opponents. Brian Clark was being a powerhouse, a wrestler. Brian Knobbs and Jerry Sags are putting quite a show tonight. Opponent maybe on its last leg here. Clothesline to Brian Adams. Brian Clark knocked out of the ring. Hopefully he's going to come back. Quick clothesline. Brian Adams setting up something here. Nelson slam. Going for the pin. Number 1. Jerry Sags breaks up the pin. Brian Clark was still on the outside of the ring, unable to stop Jerry Sags from forcing up the pin. Probably what would have happened had Clark been on the apron. Big boot misses. Punches to the face. Nasty Boys are just flat out brawlers. Their style is just kind of kind of alternating you find in a sports bar, biker bar. Jerry Sags tagged in, went for some stomps to the face. Violence carry. Brian Adams tagging in fresh Brian Clark. I should say refresh Brian Clark. Oh, using the rope to choke him there. Hey, Clark, go to the second rope. You've seen this before. Shoulder tackle. Jerry Sags knocked to the ground. Brian Clark going for that pump handle slam. Bill Goldberg took 3 pump handle slams last week. And Chronic with the win. Brian Clark making the pin. Seems that no matter where Brian Clark goes, he is just gold at this point. Winning matches left and right. His tag team partner Brian Adams is not to be overlooked. He's quite the wrestler too. Been in the business for several years, wrestling in multiple promotions. There's that shoulder block.
Here are your winners, Brian Adams and Brian Clark. Chaos.
Chronic celebrating the win in the ring. Alright, let's take a look at what's next up for the call on the card. We have a match between Lex Luger and Mike Sanders. Now, if you can remember, folks, 2 weeks ago, Mike Sanders called out Lex Luger, saying that Luger was too old to be in this business, that Mike Sanders was the true future of WCW. As you can see, Mike Sanders will be accompanied at ringside by the other members of the Natural Born Thrillers, including the tag team champions Chuck Palumbo and Sean Stasiak, along with Sean O'Hare. Lex Luger being escorted to the ring by Miss Elizabeth. Sort of an old guard versus the new guard, at least according to Mike Sanders. We'll see where this match takes us. Can Mike Sanders put his money where his mouth is and defeat Lex Luger? We will see. That's coming up next on Monday Night Nitro. And we're going to the ring. The bell's about to ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Elizabeth, and from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 275 pounds, the total package, Lex Luger!
Lex Luger, a former Tag Team Champion, U.S. Champion, and World Champion here in WCW. Former member of the NWA Wolfpack. And here comes Mike Sanders
and his
with
opponent,
his boys.
accompanied by Sean O. Harris. And from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 231 pounds, Mike Sanders.
Mike Sanders being accompanied to the ring by the Natural Born Thrillers. New blood versus old blood here. And Luger with a takedown. Like I said, Mike Sanders was 230 pounds, but Luger outweighs him by quite a bit. I'm not sure how accurate that is. Clothesline. If Sanders buys a short grip like that. Luger just going ahead for the pin. Sanders kicks out. Sanders a little faster than Luger. Someone's on a chair in the ring. What is this? They're just beating down on Luger's knee. Breaker. Stops. The ref needs to cut chair out of the ring before somebody tries to use it. Oh. Luger making a comeback. Jawbreaker. A spinning clothesline there, it was nice. I'm a little concerned for Luger. He had more momentum towards the beginning of the match. Now we're seeing the opposite. It's going for a shoulder breaker. Sanders looks a little winded after kicking at Luger. Luger kicks out at one. Inverted breaker. Luger kicks out at two. Inverted backbreaker would not put him down for three. Let's see where Mike Sanders is going. He's going to the outside of the ring. Wiping the sweat from his brow. He's confiding in his boys. Oh. Sanders just taunting Elizabeth. One. Luger kicked out. Stepping outside for a minute to collect himself. Taking a breather. Hard chop from Mike Sanders.
Sanders just going for pins to try to go in quick. I know it's not enough. Mimicking Ric Flair. Clothesline. Huge clothesline. There's Chuck Colombo's up on the apron. Looks like he's distracting the ref for a moment there. But didn't seem to help at all because Sanders, looks like he's about to be put in the torture rack. Oh! Sanders reversed it. Wiggled his way out. Going for that lower back. Luger. Elbow drop. Sanders with a comeback. Oh! Right on his face. Can Sanders keep up this pace? A shoulder breaker. Taking him over the corner where the rest of the Natural Born Thrillers are. Sanders wins. Sanders wins. The corner of my eye looked like maybe Chuck Colombo hit Luger with something over in the corner. I couldn't quite tell. Right after that shoulder breaker. I thought Luger was going to make a comeback with this massive clothesline. Chuck Colombo, he could have won there, but the ref was distracted. Chuck Colombo distracted the ref. I'm not quite sure what happened, but Chuck Colombo did something Luger in the corner. I could see it when that final shoulder breaker went down. Luger was kind of incapacitated for a moment, and Chuck Colombo came to ringside, and something happened. The ref needed to go back and replay that. But I do not think Lex Luger is very happy about losing to Mike Sanders. Up next, we have a WCW Television Championship match between Hugh Morris and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hacksaw Jim Duggan is the current reigning WCW Television Champion for several weeks. Hugh Morris is an up-and-coming wrestler who was previously with a group known as the Misfits in Action, but recently returned to his original moniker of Hugh Morris. We are very excited to know that the WCW Television Championship will be defended every single night, Monday Nitro. Which is why we now take you to this match. It's getting started in the ring. Hugh Morris coming in quick and strong. Series of dragon screws there. Snapmare takedown by Hacksaw. With any arm. Elbow drop from Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Nice suplex from Hugh Morris. Hacksaw getting thrown over the ropes. Hugh Morris going up top. What's he going for here? Oh, he went for a dive, but Hacksaw rolled out of the way. Hacksaw got him in that fireman's carry position. Slammed into the apron. These are two evenly sized men. Last week we saw Hacksaw Jim Duggan defeat Lance Storm, and Lance Storm is much smaller than Hacksaw, but much faster. In this case, I think Hacksaw and Hugh Morris are evenly matched, much more so than last week's competitor. Although Lance Storm did give Hacksaw a pretty good run for his money. Hugh Morris reverses into a neck breaker. Going for the pinfall. The referee seems distracted. Another 1 count. If you're just joining us, the WCW Television Championship is on the line between Hugh Morris and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hacksaw and Jim Duggan is the defending champion. The WCW Championship, WCW Television Championship will be defended every single Monday night. Failure to defend that title within a 7-day time limit means that it's vacated. Hacksaw going for here. Clothesline, huge clothesline. Going for a pinfall. 1, 2, and 3. Hacksaw Jim Duggan retains the WCW television title. Hugh Morris showing some respect to Hacksaw. Spirit of competition. Next up on the card, we have that non-title match between the Natural Born Thrillers, Chuck Palumbo and Shawn Stasiak, against the Outsiders, the recently returned Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, who have not really been the dominant force they were in previous years. They did ask for this match. It will not affect the number 1 contendership title, the number 1 contendership spot, which was awarded to Air Raid in the big 8-man tag match last week. However, this exhibition match between these two could possibly set up a future number 1 contendership spot if the Outsiders win. Do note that the Natural Born Thrillers are accompanied to the ring by Reno, the former Hardcore Champion, and Sean O'Hare. Reno actually lost the Hardcore Championship last week to La Parka. La Parka is not defending that title tonight, but he will be defending that title at Bash at the Beach this Sunday, along with Chuck Palumbo and Shawn Stasiak defending their title against Air Raid. Now we go to the ring. Let's see what happens between these 4 competitors. Scott Hall coming in strong. Backbreaker for Chuck Palumbo. Drop to the ground. Last week we saw a much better performance from Scott Hall in the 8-man tag match. We honestly thought that the Outsiders were going to win that match, but a super quick pin from Hairstyles allowed Air Raid to take the win on the #1 contendership spot. But in previous weeks, Scott Hall seemed, let's just say, he seemed inebriated and was not putting on his best show. Kevin Nash called him out on that, and we thought that we may already see the end of the Outsiders, but Nash gave him a second chance, and it looks like they're possibly back in sync, although they're not putting on their best performance tonight, it looks like. Natural Born Thrillers are still dominating the match here. Chuck Palumbo with another backbreaker. This is a deja vu here. Splash. Both of these tag teams have held gold multiple times. Natural Born Thrillers being the current champ. Kevin Nash is the leader man in the ring. He did make a tag to Hall prior to that double team maneuver. Now Chuck Palumbo, Sean Stasiak with their own double team move. That was a quick tag. Sean Stasiak did not stay in the ring for very long. One of the National Born Thrillers slid a chair into the ring. The ref hasn't noticed. See if that comes into play in a moment. Another tag to Sean Stasiak. Flying clothesline. Sean Stasiak and Chuck Palumbo, both graduates of our WCW power plant. Members of the Natural Born Thrillers. Kevin Nash has got home with quite an impact in 1996 when they began invading WCW events from a different promotion. From there they formed the New World Order with Hulk Hogan. I did the ref move that makes the chair and move out of the ring. It's twice tonight a chair has been put in the ring but not come into play. Thankfully for the safety of our competitors. Boot to the face, and I think that Kevin Nash is broken open. His face is broken open. Scott Hall just on the sidelines there. I'm a little concerned that this is the same Hall we saw a few weeks ago, and not the Scott Hall we saw last week in the 8-man tag. Chuck Palumbo going for the torture rack, shades of Lex Luger. We saw lose earlier to Mike Sanders. Face smash. Hall, Nash trying to close the gap between his team and their opponents. Scott Hall making the tag. Hall going to work on Chuck Palumbo. Getting another splash. Chuck Palumbo's just a dominant force tonight. Hall's not putting up much offense. Super kick. Going for that pin. It's a rope break. Basically fell on the ropes. Again, here's dragging into the corner. Power slam. This is a choke slam from Scott Hall. Maybe Hall has defeated some of his inner demons and is making a comeback tonight. Looks like it's
could be in the Outsiders' favors. Let's see if we can get the Outsiders' edge here. No, Chuck Palumbo caught him off guard. Paul's not going to waste the opportunity, goes to the corner, kicks. Desperately trying to get a move on the other. That check window is successful. If you're just joining us, this is a non-title match between the Tag Team Champions, the Natural Born Thrillers, and the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Several months ago, Kevin Nash was actually teaming with Diamond Dallas Page and what they were referring to as the Insiders. That team disbanded once Hall returned, and Diamond Dallas Page was going on to win the U.S. title. They were the singles run. Stasiak going for the pin. Hall kicks out. Can't tell if Nash is frustrated on the sidelines with Hall, or this has just become the norm. Hall desperately needs to make a tag. And Stasiak with that elbow drop. Hall does a roll-up. Hall with a quick roll-up. Going for the count. 1, 2. Oh, I thought Hall stole that. He stole the match right there. Just quick thinking. Right back to getting bashed in the face. Short one. What is this? Chuck Palumbo is just stepping off the apron and leaving Shawn Stasiak by himself. Do they have some kind of disagreement, or was it all the showboating Stasiak was doing? I'm not sure why Chuck Palumbo decided to walk away, but he's got a big boot from Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash going for the pin. 1, 2. Thought that was the end of that. Chuck Palumbo is not happy with Stasiak's performance. Stasiak seems to think he can do this by himself. He's just going to keep going. If I were in his shoes, I'd probably walk away from this, because the loss to the Outsiders does not look good. Nash block. Looks like the other members of the Natural Born Thrillers are still ringside. Oh, what's that one? Chuck Palumbo. Prior to Chuck Palumbo leaving, Shawn Stasiak was just doing a lot of posturing in the ring, and I guess almost lost the Hall with that quick roll-up, but I don't know why that would make Palumbo leave. Scott Hall in the ring. Oh, taking a neck breaker. Shawn Stasiak going to do here. Going for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. The Natural Born Thriller won the match. Shawn Stasiak defeated Scott Hall. He was not on his A game tonight. You can see he kind of was lugging on along the rope there, just obviously inebriated at this point. There's the neck breaker that put Scott Hall out. Chuck Palumbo just leaving the match. I'm just not sure if he was upset with Stasiak or what was going on there, but maybe we'll find out later. But regardless, the Natural Born Thrillers take the win over the Outsiders.
Chuck Palmer and Shawn Stasiak.
Most likely they will be facing off against Air Raid Sunday at Bash at the Beach. Will they retain the titles there? We'll have to see. So what got into Chuck Palumbo in the middle of the match? Why was he so upset with Stasiak? Up next, we have Diamond Dallas Page in the ring, our United States champion. Mike Awesome won the #1 contendership last month at WCW Mayhem, and the two have been feuding since. There's been a lot of back and forth between these two. A lot of words have been, a lot of discouraging words between both parties, including some things about Diamond Dallas Page's wife, Kimberly. I think DDP will probably address that here tonight. Diamond Dallas Page getting fired up. Talking about Awesome and his dirty tactics from the last couple of weeks. And now he's calling Awesome out. But that match is not scheduled for tonight, so don't get too excited, fans. I don't think we'll be seeing that U.S. title match tonight. But Mike Awesome is coming to the ring. Let's see what he has to say. Mike Awesome in the ring. Mike Awesome actually defeated 8 other men in a battle royal to win the coveted #1 contendership spot for the U.S. title. Awesome, a former champion from another promotion. Diamond Dallas Page, a former world heavyweight champion, U.S. champion, a current U.S. champion and former U.S. champion, tag team champion and television champion. Although he appears as though he's a veteran, he really hasn't been wrestling all that long. He actually started his career at the age of 33. If you look there, both men are of equal stature and weight, so that match on Sunday is going to be in Barnbury. Now, Awesome here is just provoking the bear. Diamond Dallas Page calling for a last man standing match at Bash at the Beach. Now that is something I did not expect. That is going to change a lot in that match. Last man standing matches are exhausting for the competitors. Diamond Dallas Page putting his title on the line, that kind of match. I don't know what he's thinking, but I guess he really wants to make sure Awesome is put out for a while. Mike Awesome agrees to the match, which means, folks, we have a last man standing match now at Bash at the Beach. Bash at the Beach card is looking stacked with all these different, these huge main eventers, WCW superstars. So we've got DDP and Mike Awesome in a last man standing match. We've got the Natural Born Thrillers and Air Raid for the tag team titles. La Parka will be defending his hardcore championship against Rene. The Anything Goes Extreme Rules match. We have Sting against Goldberg for the world. Sting versus Hulk Hogan for the World Heavyweight title. Bill Goldberg versus Booker T. If Goldberg loses, he will be out of a job, according to Eric Bischoff earlier tonight. A lot of things on the line here at this pay-per-view this Sunday.
Mike Austin agreeing with that stipulation. I will say he's improved quite drastically on his mic skills. Now after that we have a quick commercial break, and we will have Hulk Hogan joining us in the ring, most likely to discuss his upcoming match against Sting at Bash at the Beach for the World Heavyweight Championship. Hogan made a return to WCW about a month ago after being gone for a year and a half, when he basically was forced to leave WCW at Bash at the Beach last year, or 2 years ago. He left with a World Heavyweight Championship title, which he never put up or defended, so therefore he still claims to be the World Heavyweight Champion. Sting, on the other hand, has been defending the World Championship since the current resurrection of WCW in early May. He won the title from Booker T. Let's hear what Hogan has to say. Hogan is not sounding like the red and yellow we usually hear. Hogan frustrated that he is not currently at the top of the ladder in WCW. Fans cheering if they want to see this match between Sting and Hulk Hogan, but we will not be seeing that tonight. That's at Bash at the Beach. Tonight we will see a match, though, between Sting and Booker T, the non-title bout that was set up to kind of get Sting ready, prepared by having him take on the former World Heavyweight Champion. All I can say is Hogan is hyped about the match on Sunday, and he claims he will be taking that World Heavyweight Championship from Sting and be declared the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. That'll be this Sunday at Bash at the Beach. Now to our main event. We have Booker T against Sting. This is sort of a warm-up match towards Bash at the Beach. Interestingly enough, we have not seen a Cruiserweight title match tonight, but we will be seeing Billy Kidman defending his championship at Bash at the Beach against none other than Shane Helms. That's another match, another part of our stacked card we have for Bash at the Beach. Billy Kidman and Shane Helms. Billy Kidman's put the title up for, defended the title several times on Nitro the last couple of weeks against Psychosis. Let's go to the ring for this main event matchup between former World Heavyweight Champion Booker T and current Heavyweight Champion Sting. Oh! This looks like a big one. Not quite though. He didn't have to jump to it. Oh, slam. Booker T is on his A game tonight. Recently, he's kind of gone turned to the dark side, if you say, with cheating in matches and attacking people, specifically attacking Goldberg before and after matches. But maybe we'll see him return to his old ways of being a babyface.
Going for a pin. One. It's too early. Sting got going here. Going up for a power bomb. That is not something we saw earlier from Kevin Nash, that patent power bomb with his. Maybe if he would have been able to drop that, the outside would have won. Quick reversal from Sting, clothesline, elbow drop. Oh, Sting going for that tombstone pile driver. That was kind of unique. He threw Booker T up and then grabbed him by the legs. Going for that Scorpion Deathlock, sharpshooter. I agree, that was pretty awesome the way he threw him up and caught him by the legs. Booker T making a comeback, throwing Sting out of the ring. A clothesline. Using the steel steps as a weapon. Ouch. That face paint is no protection against steel steps. Sting caught him off guard for a moment, going for a vertical suplex onto the outside of the ring. While there may be mats there, that is not the best place to find you. That's still concrete beneath those mats. It's not feel good. They need to get back in the ring. A 7 count. Continues to get back in the ring. Barely made it. Side slam. Elbow drop. Looked like Sting had the advantage in the beginning of this match, but Booker T is making a comeback. Sidewalk slam. Spine buster. Booker T setting up here. Going for a pinfall. 1, 2, Sting kicks out. Booker T confused, but he knows what he needs to do. He knows what he can do to take these people, take his opponent out. Side slam from Sting. Booker T setting up something here. Sting slowly rising to his feet. Axe kick. That might be it, folks. That could be it. Going for the pin. Center of the ring. Oh, Booker T defeated the World Heavyweight Champion Sting, but it was non-title. Booker T still showing that he has a dominant game going here. And Booker T did not cheat to win that. This may put Booker T in the #1 contendership spot after the match with Hogan at Bash at the Beach. That was a hell of a victory there. Sting seemed to have the advantage at the beginning of the match, and we thought it was going to be able to that Scorpion Deathlock, but Booker T did not tap out, managed to get to the ropes. Took it outside the ring for a little while. Brought it back in, went for that axe kick. And a pinfall on the 3 count. The main event match, Booker T defeated World Heavyweight Champion Sting in a non-title bout. Will Sting be laying on his back for the 3 count at Bash at the Beach? We will not know until this Sunday.
Here is your winner, Butcher T.
We thank you once again for watching WCW Nitro. We will be back for Bash at the Beach this Sunday. Stay tuned. Have a great night.